Hi, it's Tori again. I am going to show you the woven wagon wheel rose today. So the woven wagon wheel rose starts out as a circle and it's going to look just like a rose. So we're going to go make a circle just to the best of your abilities. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now in the middle, I like to leave a space so I can add some French knots later, but that's completely up to you. If you want to fill it all the way in, then you can just do a dot in the middle like that. You don't have to do the circle around it. You can just do the dot. Yeah, so around this, we're gonna do odd number spokes. So the reason we're doing odd numbers is because if we did even, the more times that we went around, we wouldn't actually cover the spokes, and that's gonna make sense to you in just a minute. So for this size, I would probably do 7. So we'll do 7 spokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try to make them as evenly spaced out as you can. And you can tell I'm going to go over this one just a little bit here. So let me zoom it in and then we can show how to stitch it. Let's get a nice color, maybe like this one. You're gonna need more thread than you think you do because this isn't a stitch where we go down into the fabric every single time. So these spokes are really the only like straight stitches and times you're gonna go down into the fabric. Everything else is gonna be woven around in a circle. I'm just doing a little knot on the end. And the first thing that we need to do is to make these straight stitches to make our spokes. So here we go, straight down. And again, if you don't want to have anything in the middle, meaning you don't want to add anything in the middle later, then of course you can go all the way down to that dot and make all of these spokes meet in the middle. But I like having a little space in the middle to add some French knots, almost like the center of your flower, but different strokes, you know? So if you don't fancy it, don't do it. So all I'm doing is making the straight stitches that we learned in the first video so that we can have something to weave around. And of course, this thread is so long. It has to be long because we're gonna go round and round and round and round and round, like a lot of times. So here we go, almost finished. Try to make them the same length. That one's a little bit longer, but I'm not going to change it now. But try to make them all of the stitches that you do the same length as well. And that will help you later. So now that these are all done, we're going to come up in the center between these two spokes. Just like this. Yeah, and this is going to begin our weaving. So we're going to go under this one. Then over the next one, under this one, over. We're gonna go under, over, all the way around. So now we've got back to where we started from, and you can see now that I'm gonna go over the one that I went under the first time, therefore covering that spoke up. So if we only had 6 spokes, you'll end up doing the same ones under and the same ones over every single time you go round and round and round. So this is a very important part of the woven wagon wheel rose, that it has to be an odd number. So normally, the bigger the flower that I want, the more spokes that I'll do. So this one was 7. You can do 5 for smaller flowers. You can do 9 for really big flowers, and even 11 or 13. But never 10, never 8, never 6. always an odd number. So now we're back to the first time we went around, same spokes we're covering up. Obviously these are easier when you don't have to avoid anything, meaning I don't want to pierce through these. So it's better if you do these first. But on the other hand, if you do them first, you have to be a little bit careful because these threads are not stuck down in any way, these ones that we're going around. So if you pull them really tight, then they will be really tight. But also if you snag one with your other, when you do your other stitching, then there's really nothing you can do at that point. I mean, of course you can like try and recover it, but you don't want to faff about too much with them, you know? So we go around and around and around, like literally 1,000 times. So we're gonna fill this all the way in. So I'm almost done. And it's much easier to do this when it's off of a hoop stand. So obviously I have mine on a hoop stand so that one, the hoop is nice and still and you don't get any kind of like headache from watching it or like seasickness or anything, motion sickness. But it's easier if you hold it in your hands because then you can actually turn the hoop around as you're going and you don't have to try to like MacGyver getting this to go around and around and around. They are really, really lovely though when you get them done. It's kind of like an easy way to have a really big impact. Hear my washer as well, can't you? So we're almost finished, almost finished. Now, what I mean by almost finished is that you need to cover up all of your spokes. So it's gonna get more and more difficult to slide your needle under each of the spokes as you're going around. However, they need to be covered up. I don't wanna see any woven wagon wheels with the spokes sticking out like this. You don't wanna see them. So if you're getting to the point where it's getting really difficult to slide your needle under there, because there's just no space left on your spokes, there is something that you can do, and it's do a stem stitch around the outside. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do that. I'm going to put your needle down and come up in the middle like this. You're going to do that all the way around. And that will help to cover up some of those spokes so that you can't see them anymore, especially if you don't want it to be really tall off of your fabric. So that is the woven wheel rose. I've literally got 30 seconds left because I'm trying to keep these less than 10 minutes. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm literally gonna finish just in time. And there we go. All right, see you next time. Have a lovely day. Bye.